I'm Mari Cartel, LifeScript.com. Today's topic, the joys and heartbreak of pregnancy. Pregnancy is usually a joyful time for most women. The anticipation of what's to come can be exhilarating. But what if you're told your child has a heart problem before he or she even leaves the womb? That's precisely what happened to Darren and Michelle Merlot while awaiting the birth of their son, Oliver.
It was one of the worst days of my life and Michelle's life. It was terrible. We weighed our options and figured out what we were going to do, and we did it.
What they did was to have Dr. Evan Zahn, director of the Congenital Heart Program at Cedars-Sinai Heart Institute in Los Angeles, begin treating Oliver almost immediately after his birth.
He was born, and then the helicopter came and airlifted him to the hospital, and then he had surgery the next day.
Dr. Zahn actually did several valve replacement surgeries on Oliver because as he grew, the valves became worn and leaky. It wasn't long, however, before the doctor joined an investigative team learning to replace valves via a catheter called the Melody transcatheter pulmonary valve. In other words, no open heart surgery necessary.
Through a tiny little hole in the leg that just gets a Band-Aid on it at the end.
Sounds so easy, right? But Oliver was only 4.5 years old and a mere 30 pounds.
I can listen to your heart and you can listen to my heart.
That's pretty.
Dr. Zahn explained the risks to Oliver's parents, got their blessing to move forward with the surgery, and it was a huge success.
We just saw him back in clinic, did a full battery of tests. 2 years later, we don't see any evidence of any valve degeneration. It looks like the day we put it in. It opens beautifully, it closes beautifully, he's gaining weight, he runs around. His parents' complaint now is he's too active. Look at you, you've been hitting the gym? No? So he's really turned around. And the miracle of all this is that you do these things and you put a Band-Aid on the leg and the kids generally go home the next day. Oliver might have stayed an extra few days because he was so little, but 98% of our patients go home in 23 hours, so less than a day after we put in a new valve.
Oliver will be monitored throughout his life, but Dr. Zahn doesn't foresee any major problems in the near future. In fact, Oliver has few limitations and is just tackling the serious business of play.
Oh, I go to karate.
For Oliver's parents, the procedure has been a lifesaver and given them back their optimism.
How did he put it? I'm trying to remember. He mentioned something about Oliver's going to live to in his 80s, and that's when he said that I almost started to tear up. So that's what I look forward to, just a normal, healthy life.
Looks like Oliver's well on his way. For more heart health information, visit our website at www.Lifescript.com. From Los Angeles, I'm Mari Cartel.